Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to Delayed Consequences. Today we are diving into something that I think we're all a little too familiar with. You know, that moment you're tucked into bed and you think, okay, just one more video. It feels so harmless, right? But what if that tiny little habit is secretly, and I mean slowly, messing with your entire life?
See, this is the really sneaky part. The reason this habit is so dangerous is because there's no immediate consequence. You scroll, you fall asleep, you wake up. The next night, same thing. You don't feel any different because the damage is so subtle, it's basically happening in stealth mode.
So let's run a little thought experiment. Picture two people, person A and person B. They're exactly the same in every single way, except for this one tiny decision on what we're going to call night zero. Person A, well, they open their phone, and person B, they just don't. That one little choice starts a chain reaction, putting them on two totally different paths that are so close at first, you'd never even see them splitting.
Okay, so where do the first signs of trouble actually show up? You'd think it would be at night, right? Nope. It's the moment you wake up. The whole thing starts to unravel right at the beginning of your day.
Does this sound familiar? You know that feeling when your alarm goes off and it just feels like gravity is, I don't know, trying extra hard that day? Yeah, that's not just you being dramatic. That's the first real clue that something's off. So the very first tiny shift is something we can call morning friction. It's that heaviness. But the thing that makes it so tricky is that it's completely inconsistent. It'll hit you on a Tuesday, and then you'll feel fine until maybe Saturday. And because there's no pattern, you just write it off. You think, oh, I'm just tired. And you never, ever connect it back to your phone.
All right, so you've managed to wrestle yourself out of bed. The battle's over, right? Well, not so fast. The next domino to fall is your ability to actually, think.
This one is huge. In that first precious hour of the day, your focus just completely shatters. You'll sit down to do one simple thing, like answer an email, and your brain is already screaming, hey, what about those notifications? You should probably go check. That powerful urge to grab your phone, it's not a lack of willpower. It's a direct echo from how you ended your day the night before.
And of course, a messy morning doesn't just stay in the morning. It bleeds into the rest of your day, and it turns your energy levels into a total roller coaster.
This brings us to our third shift, energy variance. Now, your energy doesn't just get lower, because honestly, that would be way too obvious. Instead, it becomes completely unpredictable. One day you feel fantastic, you're on top of the world, and the next you hit a wall at 2 p.m. for absolutely no reason. You're just living with this constant energy whiplash, and you have no clue why.
And this brings us to the fourth shift, which is, honestly, it's a really big deal. What happens when you just have one bad night of sleep? I mean, it happens to everyone, right?
For the person who doesn't scroll, a bad night of sleep is pretty much a one-day problem. You feel tired, you get through it, you reset. But for the scroller, that recovery takes so much longer. The effects of that one bad night spill over not just into the next morning, but sometimes into the day after that. Your body's ability to hit the reset button is basically nerfed. So you end up carrying that sleep debt around like a heavy backpack.
Okay, so we've seen how the day gets all scrambled up. But all this leads right back to where it all began, the night. This is where the habit locks in and creates this vicious, self-feeding cycle.
This comes down to a really crucial idea, our fifth shift, bed association. Your brain is a pattern-making machine. For like all of human history, a bed meant one thing, sleep. But when you scroll every single night, you're training your brain with a new pattern. Your bed is no longer just for rest. It's also a tiny movie theater, a newsroom, a place for drama, and the signal for sleep gets totally muddled. Your brain gets confused.
And what's the direct result of that muddled, confused signal? Well, getting to sleep is no longer a simple, predictable thing. It becomes totally random, which leads us to shift number 6, sleep entry drift.
So now, falling asleep is basically a lottery. Some nights, you're out like a light in 10 minutes. Other nights, you're just staring at the ceiling for an hour. There's absolutely no rhythm. That nice, calm, winding down period your brain needs to prepare for sleep, it gets hijacked. It's replaced by scrolling down, which is the literal opposite. You're not winding down, you're winding up.
And this perfectly captures our seventh and final shift, which is all about your mental state. You're not actually closing the chapter on your day. You're just scrolling until your eyes give out, mid-video, mid-argument in the comments section. Your brain never gets that clean signal that the day is officially over.
All right, let's bring all 7 of these sneaky little shifts together and see what the grand finale looks like. What's the final, cumulative result of this one tiny habit?
This is it. This is the whole story right here. Both people, person A and person B, they might go to bed at the exact same time, let's say 11 p.m. They both get there 8 hours, but the quality of that time is worlds apart. One person is building a foundation for a stable, focused, and predictable day. The other person, well, they're just rolling the dice.
And that's really the question it all comes down to, isn't it? It's not about what you did last night or the night before. It's all about tonight. The choice you make in just a few hours will literally set the stage for the kind of morning and the kind of day you're going to have tomorrow. No pressure, though.
And that's a wrap on this one. Thank you so much for hanging out. If any of this felt a little too real, go ahead and hit that like button. And I am genuinely curious. Drop a comment below and let me know what your biggest bedtime distraction is. Is it TikTok? Is it YouTube Shorts? Let's all feel seen together. And of course, make sure you subscribe for more deep dives into delayed consequences. I'll see you in the next one.